Global here. Welcome back to another stream full of boxes. That is right, the packing process has now begun for the house move. So if you didn't watch, I think it was the last stream, I mentioned in that stream that I'm going to be moving house. And we're moving house in like literally about, I think, sort of roughly within about like the next couple of weeks. So, like, sort of anywhere from next week, sort of leading on to the week after, I think is going to sort of be like the move, if that makes sense. I think sort of any time from a week today, the house that we're going to be moving into is going to be empty, so we can start hopefully getting a few bits and bobs sorted. So obviously I've got like hundreds of CDs and vinyl records, and they all need packing, and that is the process that I have began doing. And there's just records like galore. There's just records everywhere. So my initial idea is I ain't gonna go too like dramatic with this. I'm just gonna kind of pack them, however, and then when I get to the other end and I start sort of like making everything look nice and moving in, that's when I'll kind of like put everything like neatly and put like all the records and try and put them like back in to sort of like some form of label order and stuff, and just see how we go from there. But at the moment, as to packing them in a specific order, I'm not too fussed. I'll just go through them, like I say, at the new end, if that makes sense, and we'll just take it from there. So yeah. So welcome back to another stream. We've got a gig announcement, and I'm excited to announce this one because it's just going to be one of them nice little fun bookings. So it's on the 28th of October. So if you remember, I did originally have a booking on that date, and it was all the way in Stoke-on-Trent, and sadly the venue shut down, which I was a little bit gutted about because it was the first bounce event that I was going to be playing for for a while. It's been a while since I played one, apart from now this weekend just gone. So I was looking forward to obviously getting behind the decks and spinning some of my sort of like my own tunes and some of my recent stuff, which I'm obviously buzzed about at the moment. So I was a little bit gutted when obviously like the venue had shut down and the event sadly had to be cancelled. So I got this booking with an event called Ultimate Bounce, and it's like something that a promoter from Scotland has decided to come down to Hull, and he's decided to put a little night on and link up with some local DJs. Don't ask me why, like out of all the places you'd want to come, like to put an event on, like you'd come down to Hull. And I don't know how well the event's gonna do. Like I'm just sort of taking it more of a like an opportunity in a lot of ways, just to get behind the decks and slam some bounce out. And it's in town, so it might attract a few people in, and we'll just see how it goes. I remember about a year ago doing a bounce event in Doncaster, and it was in the just sort of in the town centre, and that was something what I'd say on a little bit of a similar scale, and it ended up doing quite well and getting quite busy and attracting some people in. So we'll just see how it goes, like in that sense. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the vibe and the style of it, and just being able to get behind the decks and slam a few of me own promos and stuff like that. So it'll be quite fun. So obviously it's a bit early in the day yet. I don't know my set time or anything like that. I don't know like what MC I'll have on my set, but I think I will have an MC on my set, and I am also grabbing the mic as well. So that'll obviously be a fun one as well. Doing a little bit of MCing as well, which and I like to do it as well as DJing, but I do definitely prefer like nowadays. I do prefer like the DJing and producing side of things, but when I'm at an event, I feel like I'm more in the right mood to jump on the mic, whereas at home I feel like I've just got no like motivation to want to spit bars, and I think that's kind of what stopped me from doing all like the freestyle videos. And I saw the other day, I got about a week ago, I got tagged in a post, and it was literally my Scarborough Beach tune, and it was doing the rounds on TikTok again. And it just amazes me that even like sort of like nearly sort of nearly 5 years on, them tunes like still them tunes still blow up, like even every now and again where I'm in the van and I do the rhyme about the neighbour's ass, like people still bang on about that, and every now and again someone shares that on TikTok, and it just like it almost like it re-blows up again. But because I don't use TikTok myself, and I don't like, I've got an account and I've posted on my account before, but I just hate TikTok. So I think I posted on it like years ago, and then I think at one time a day I thought maybe I should give it a go, and I think I maybe put like, I don't know, I maybe put like 2 or 3 posts on there, and then I just thought I hate this platform, and I don't like using it. A lot of people say, "Oh, why don't you start using it?" I don't want to use it. It's a noncy platform. It started off as Musicallys, and then there was a big phase where it was like men watching like young teenagers dancing, and I thought I don't want to be involved in that shit. And then TikTok sort of they sort of turned it around, and they sort of turned it away from that and started putting all these like cooking reels on there and DJ reels and other different things, and suddenly like all the other stuff about what the app used to play on there was obviously all forgotten about, and everybody's sharing stuff and having accounts on it. Yes, this is live. T2K47. Yeah, this is live and direct. So I don't get much storage on my phone. So rather than just recording a video and then waiting for it to upload, I go live, because like once it's been live, you can watch it back anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Where bits in Scarborough are you from? I don't live in Scarborough. I actually live in Hull, and like I say, about a couple of 2019, that song in it was in the charts. It was the Old Town Road. It was absolutely blowing up, and there was like reels and videos of people dancing to it, and people was like parodying it as well. So I thought for a laugh one day that I'm gonna parody it about taking a donkey to the Scarborough Beach. So I did, and it blew up and it went viral at the time, and it got like hundreds of views. It got shared by like different pages, and I only did it because at the time the original track was blowing up, and I just thought it'll just something to boost the views, and don't get me wrong, it boosted the views, um but yeah, like I regret doing it, and now like I've moved away from that, so I don't do them little like daft parodies anymore, because it's not me. I've changed a lot of like my style, and like I say, I focus a lot more on the DJing side of things now. But like every now and again, someone somewhere or something, it reminds me of that track, or it gets like reposted on TikTok, and like I say, it just absolutely blows up again. And then like I've got people like, "Oh, do the Scarborough Beach rhyme," and I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like I'm glad in a way that I did it and it got the views that it got. But at the same time, I kind of like wish I'd never done it at the same time, because now it's like I can't get away from it. um, I saw the TikTok page repost one of your videos, then came on to have a listen to Scarborough Beach again. Oh, I've just dropped the phone. That's not good, is it? Great British Telly posted one of your vids. Oh God. Yeah, the thing is, like, people say like so and so's posted your video, and I'm like, I can quite believe it. Um, I'm all over the joint, literally. I go somewhere and I'm known for it. Go Manchester and someone will be like, "You're that guy who raps on TikTok." Trust me, that is like literally the way it goes. Oh dear. So yeah, so like I say, 28th of October, I am playing Ultimate Bounce in Hull, and we're playing at Hull Cheese, believe it or not, and I've never known an event to take place in there. I don't know if it was the upstairs or something. If there's an upstairs there or something, I can't remember, but it's there anyway. It's a pub. They do have DJs on in the pub, but I've just never known it like to really ever what you'd call get ravey, like as ravey as I've ever known it to get is like house tunes, you know. So I'm looking forward to sort of seeing how it goes and sort of seeing how it progresses. You know, and if it does all right, you know, as a night. But like I say, I'm looking forward to playing some promos. So yeah, what can I say on that score other than it should be a fun little gig. Also, in the other stream, I did announce to you that I'm playing the Hull Fair, so I'm looking forward to that one. And I'm also doing a gig buddies. I'm DJing a gig buddies, which is going to be enjoyable as well. So that'll be a fun one. And that will be a fun one, and that should be exciting. I'm gonna be doing like some house tunes and stuff there, so I'm gonna sort of just I'm gonna wing it because like I kind of want to just sort of like wing it and just sort of see what I've got on. But I'm gonna have like a little go through some tunes, but I think like I'll mainly just wing it, so we'll see. Um, where and when in Hull. Might see if I can pop up. So the 28th of October, I'm at Hull. I'm at Hull Cheese. So Hull Cheese is like right in the centre of Hull. It's like not. It's not far from the train station at all. It's like across the road. It's and then it's like just up a bit, and then it's like literally left, and then it's just straight up, and it's like a pub on the corner called Hull Cheese. If you've been to Hull, you might know it. Big place, you know, quite a bit biggish place. Big bar inside, and yeah, it's not a bad place. I've only been in like a handful of times, and like I don't even drink now, so going in pubs is not really somewhere I really go anymore unless it is to DJ. So um, it's in there. Hull Fair, obviously Hull Fair, Walton Street. We're at the Evans Walsers, and I'll be at the Walsers. Like I don't know what days yet, but I'll be there like quite a few nights, and I'll be DJing, supplying tunes for quite a few nights at the fair. So that is obviously just free to come down. You know, just come and stand at the Walsers, or come and have a ride on the Walsers for like £3, and obviously hear the music. You won't really see me because it gets real smoky in there, and when you're in that little booth at the Walsers, like you know, it's just hard to see like who's in there when you stood from the outside. But you hear the music, and you know, and if I'm not actually like, because there's a few of us that do it, so we take turns. So if it's not actually me at the decks, like you know, say if you came and when you arrived, like I'd be stood like just at the side of the Walsers where they all exit, where they all get off the Walsers. So it would like literally be just there anyway. So that you know that'll obviously be a cool thing in itself. So, but yeah, you know that is where you can catch me in Hull. And then Gig Buddies, it's more like a work thing, but you are still welcome to pop down, and that takes place on White Frigate, Wrecking Ball, Books and Music Shop. and we put like it's like a little work conference thing, and then there's a like a gig after it. So the gig is free for people to come to, but if you do come, you might get bombarded with like, sign up for this and you want to become a part of us, and and then you'll get like notified about more things that happen, and you know but it's more like acoustic singers and like open mic, and people like with disabilities like come and just get up and have a little bit of fun on the mic and stuff. And they wanted some DJs this time, and I go to the events anyway, and I help out, and I've got massive love for gig buddies. So I'm obviously going to DJ it myself. I said, like, look, I'm definitely down for doing some stuff. So I'll be taking my decks, and I'll be going to the Gig Buddies itself, and that is on the 10th of October. So that's on a Tuesday. That's a Tuesday evening. So it's in. I think it was. I think it's 3 weeks tomorrow, or something like that. Or it might even be 2 weeks tomorrow. Actually, I think it could be 2 weeks. Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks, because next week will be something like um, the third or something. Yeah, it'll be like the third, Tuesday the third, because seven add three is 10. So yeah, it'll be something like the third. So then the following week will be that. Um, so that will be a good one. That will definitely 100% be a good one. So there we go. I don't know if I did an aftermath on the gig that I did on Saturday. I don't think I've done the aftermath. Not that I was really gonna probably do one anyway, because, well, I'm gonna be completely brutally honest here, and I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to upset anybody, but it wasn't the most enjoyable gig that I've done, and there was reasons why it wasn't enjoyable, and the party itself didn't actually go down as well as it should have done, and essentially there was a couple of complaints as well, and not from me. Like, it wasn't me there was complaining about, but there was just not too happy with, let's say, some of the music that was getting played. And in these situations, like, I've done loads of well, I've done a fair few parties now, and the way these parties work is you've always got to be prepared. So you can speak to somebody on the phone, you can speak to somebody on Messenger, and they can tell you that they want this and that at their party. And don't get me wrong, if they say they want this and that, come prepared with this and that, but come prepared with more besides. Like, um, when I got the message on the Saturday morning about the gig, they said, like, I said, like, what sort of genre is it? Because obviously I knew it was sort of like the sort of party type thing. So I was like, all right, what do they want playing? Because I sort of know, because I've done this stuff before. So, like, if he'd have said, like, yeah, they want a bit of 80s, 90s, I could have gone, like, yeah, all right, I can load some sticks with that up. But he said, like, Clubland, Bounce, and then he said, like, dance tunes. So I feel to stick with dance tunes as well. I didn't just go with all my bounce. I went with some dance tunes as well. The people I was gigging with, no dance tunes whatsoever. Bounce, and then harder stuff like reverse bass and hard style, but no dance tunes. And they wanted like I got told on the morning, the dance tunes as well, dance tunes as well. And when it came to bounce, it was bounce and clubland. So I knew at this point that they wanted like all the sing along stuff. They wanted stuff they could sing along to. They wanted stuff that they'd know. So when I played my set, there was stuff like Benjamin, Sweet Child of Mine, Benjamin, Nobody Said It Was Easy, Breeze and Styles, You're Shining, my remix. There was my High Hopes, it's stuff where people would recognise the vocals and stuff. And then some of the other people I was doing the gig with decided that they was going to go a little bit too hard and going with raw donk and then play like reverse bass and stuff. And there was people outside at the party essentially like moaning that the music was just too much boom 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 for them, and the poor woman behind the bar, it gave her a headache. Like she literally had a headache from it, and it wasn't good. She was literally like so relieved when the night was over, and there was people that was wanting dance tunes, and the people I was doing the gig with, there was like, we ain't got dance tunes. I haven't got any. I don't have any of that, and I'm like, I do. I have it on my stick, and they had no choice but in the end to let me go back on so I could spin some dance tunes, and I had to do it, and it chilled everybody out and it got them back inside, and it was a nice, it was a nice little thing. But when it comes to doing these kind of parties, you've always got to be prepared, because these parties, it's not a rave. You don't turn up and play your hour set. It's, people request things and people want things, and yeah, you might have like the birthday girl who wants Clubland and Bounce, but you might have stepmom who wants a dance tune, and if they request a dance tune, why should you not be able to play that dance tune for them? Or if they request a bit of dance music, why can't you put dance music on? Because they see it like they paid you to come and do what they want. And that is the way you've got to look at it in some sense. And you've always got to be prepared that you might get asked to play something that just essentially, you maybe don't want to play it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't mind playing dance tunes. They were all turning their noses up at it, like with this shit. But I don't mind it. I was brought up on a lot of dance music, so it was a bit of fun for me. But going back obviously to it, like, you just can't beat being prepared and having like a few extra different genres and styles of tunes, just in case it gets requested, or like, if you've been told on the off that dance tunes as well, you bring dance tunes, you know. So it didn't go down too well, and like, I enjoyed my time DJing and stuff, but it was just, see the vibe, and then like people not enjoying the night. It just kind of like, it put me off a bit, because like I was trying my best to make them enjoy it, but then I felt like I was battling with the people I was doing the gig with, who kind of, I got the vibe that they just wanted to play whatever they wanted to play. They wanted to go harder. So forget going, forget it. They're gonna go harder anyway, and people are saying that they don't like it. Can something different go on? And they're just like, sorry, we ain't got anything different. And I just thought it's not the way to do it. So it just kind of put me off it a little bit. And myself, I was kind of glad when it was over. And when I'd come back home. Do you know what I mean? Just realised I have a top comment on Scarborough Beach. Track commented, "Oh my God." Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you're quite an oldish subscriber then, or you saw the channel years ago at least. That's crazy. Yeah, that's mad. Oh man, I like that though. But yeah, so I didn't really too well enjoy the gig, and I just, I was glad it was over, as I'm sure like the woman behind the bar was. I mean, don't get me wrong, some people at the party, they enjoyed the music, but there was, you've got to cater for everybody when you're doing them kind of things, and if you can't cater for anybody, you in their eyes, you are literally like the worst DJ in the world if you can't play what they're wanting you to play in that moment. Instantly you're a shit DJ. So, and I know that sort of like from experience of doing these parties. And luckily, when I first started them, the layman came along and did some with me, and he sort of, because he'd done a few like weddings and stuff back in the day, and he sort of had a good sort of vibe and idea of sort of how to work one of these parties, and he gave me a good little bit of advice, and then stopped coming to them with me, and set me off, and I was sort of a lot more at ease about doing them. So, yeah, sorry for you. What? So when I'm in Hull, so when I do the waltzers, it'll be like UK hardcore bounce. So it'll be all the like fast ravey stuff because they like that on the waltzers when it's spinning round and it's pelting out. So they love all of that. When I do the gig buddies, I'll be doing sort of like I'll be sort of doing like house and dance tunes and a little bit of party songs as well. So we'll be doing some party stuff like later on as well, and sort of doing a few different bits. And then when I do the ultimate bounce event, I'll be doing a bounce set, and I'll be cramming it with a few of my own stuff as well. Because I've kind of got to that level now where with like the tunes I'm making, I'm starting to like them a lot more myself. To the point, and I'm getting more confident that other people are liking them as well, and that they're actually doing all right, and it's making me more confident about playing them in sets. Whereas some of the older stuff, I was kind of like, I kind of like it, but I was always unsure like what other people thought, and a lot of people said like things needed changing on some of them, and I didn't always know how to change them. So now I've sort of improved a bit more with the production. I kind of feel a bit more, and now like Excite are taking stuff, my tracks on board and releasing them. If they're good enough to go out on there, they are, they're good enough to play in sets, and it's obviously like giving me a boost of confidence knowing knowing that that's the case, and you know, people are liking them. I mean, I played a live track sort of a week and a half nearly on is in number 5 on the charts, which is mind blowing. My debut release, I thought I'll be lucky and I'll be happy if it ever made it into the charts. Like the top 10 on the website, I thought if it got into there, like I'd be amazed. But for the first release, I thought I'm new to the site. People won't really know me, so it might just get a couple of buys and that's it. But no, it turns out that people was looking forward to it coming out. It turns out people have played it in live streams. People have put it in mixes, and it turns out that on the day it got released, it shot straight into number 10. And then it had a little bit of a battle between number 10 and number 9, and then eventually it shot down to number 7, and then it went to number 6, and then it went to number 5, and then it went back to number 6, and then I think it went back to number 7, and then it went back down to number 5. And at the last time I checked, which was I think about an hour and a half ago, it was still in number 5, so that's crazy. But a track called Heatwave is in number 1. It's been in number 1 for ages. So it must have been a well-deserved track, or a lot of people must have liked that one because it's obviously done so well, which is a good thing. It's good that it's obviously good. It's obviously good that it's doing well in that sense. I'm obviously pleased for it. So, but there we go. So yeah, so that is gonna really do it for the stream. It was only the one. It was only the one booking to announce, and getting back into a little bit of a. To be fair, I haven't got a too busy week this week. I actually I think this is the first Tuesday in a long time that I've not like had to go to a work meeting, because like normally for whatever reason like I'd meet like the head of council, or I'd have like some form of meeting with gig buddies, or I'd go on to White Frigate, or I'd be doing something or going somewhere, and I think unless I've like forgotten something or forgotten that something's happening, like I've literally like got nothing on, so I've got like a full Tuesday of like no work, and then Wednesday I've got my normal work shift, and then I go to Cottingham to the Find, where we do our Sunflower Band night, and then Thursday I've got a day off because I went to work today. So Thursday, apart from the studio at night, I've got like a full day of just being at home and again not really doing anything. And then Friday, again, just a day of doing nothing. And then Saturday, I'm supposed to be in Liverpool for the competition that I won, the MC competition. And guess what? You won't believe it. The trains are striking. Yeah, the trains are literally striking at the weekend, which I had no clue about until one of the promoters of Joe Dukins, one of the promoters of the event today, said, you might want to check the trains because the strike's going on. Yeah, they're striking. So I can't get to. Well, I was supposed to be going as far as Bolton, and then like jumping in a taxi with Joe as the promoter. So like literally no word of a lie. There is like literally no trains going to Bolton. So he said have a look at the coaches. So I had a browse for coaches, and there's no coaches that go to Bolton, which is just absolutely like, how am I even gonna like get to this booking? The annoying thing is on the Sunday when I'm due to come back, the trains aren't striking. So like if literally like it's like literally getting there on the Saturday, which has become like a right ball ache now. I've come to the conclusion that I could get a coach to Manchester, and then I could get some form of like, I don't like there'll be a bus in Manchester, like a bus service in Manchester that would go from like Manchester to Bolton. The only issue with that is it's getting back to Manchester the following day, unless I just like got a train from Bolton because the trains are running, like, because like coaches, the thing about coaches is they leave quite early, so like you end up getting on a coach at like 8:15 in the morning. So like you know, if you've got to be like up and on a bus and into the centre of Manchester for like 8:15, when you've come in for, you know, when you've come back from like an event at like 4 in the morning, like, you know, it's an annoying thing to do. So the only thing I'm thinking at the moment is to get a coach to Manchester and then get from Manchester to Bolton and then just get a train back from Bolton on the Sunday to come back obviously to Hull because the trains are running on the Sunday. So we'll see. I'm gonna sort of speak with the promoter in a couple of days' time when he's not at work, and we'll sort something out in that sense, you know, and we'll take it from there. Um, so got any D&B on the lineup for Hull Cheese? I don't actually because it's a bounce event. Like I only play like it'll just be like bounce sets, no D&B. So there won't be any D&B sadly. You got Snap, so I can shout you in October if I'm coming. I have a Snapchat. I think it's just DJ Ash Noble, so just search that in. I don't use it, but like if I get a message on there, like I'll read it, but I don't post on there, so I'm not like fussed about posting on there. Got no like reason to want to post on there, to be honest. I do all right with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have enough on my plate managing that. And what people don't realise as well is at work I do a lot of so like we have a Facebook page at work. We have an Instagram and a Facebook for the whole Youth Music Network, and I've got to manage them as well. So managing them and then managing my own Facebook and Instagram and YouTube is kind of enough, let alone having a TikTok and a Snapchat and, you know, God knows whatever else. So yeah, I just tend not to. But there we go. So yeah, that's gonna do it. So Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share. We'll see you soon.